Nonetheless, AJ Stevens, as I was saying, I like the vision. She just kind of slowed the game down, controlled the pace, and was able to get a good opportunity for the Golden Eagles in their first shot on goal of the day. Second, excuse me.
Zarka could not trap that one from McCombs. It is out to Brookfield. Brookfield looking for Mills. Trying to give Mills a through. Mills showing off her speed. Coming in hard. Mills going to look for a centering pass. Shea Jones is there, but saved by McCombs. It'll be a corner kick.
Thought that ball was put in by the Grandview Wolves. Actually looked like an own goal from here for a quick second, but the ball just went wide left, and the Golden Eagles have their first corner kick.
Great chemistry there from Shea Jones and Savannah Mills as they both crash that box looking for a goal, and they win the corner kick. It'll be Katie Harris down on this left side for the corner kick. She's got the height advantage with Macy Paulson and Shea Jones in the middle of the field. She goes short to Mills. Mills going to cross it in with a shot. Saved by McCombs.
Nice shot by McCombs. What a play there. She's able to punch it over the back of the net to save the threat. Golden Eagles, I believe, are going to have another corner kick on the other side of the field. But McCombs saving another goal, and that's the third shot on goal for the Golden Eagles. We're not even 10 minutes into this game. Yeah,
you like to see this for the Golden Eagles for sure. Coming out strong. Hopefully, DeRosier on that far side corner kick looking for Macy Paulson. Cut off there, but it's going to be Sawaga who tries to shoot. Not there. Savannah Mills. Savannah Mills. Goal!
Savannah Mills putting the Golden Eagles up 1-0 with 31:39 remaining in the first half, and the Golden Eagles exploding early.
This is exactly what you wanted out of Mountain Vista. Aggressive start, aggressive start. You know Grandview can strike quickly. You know Grandview has a good defense, but to break it down in the first 9 minutes and to score the first goal of the game, huge for Mountain Vista.
Well, I mean, the Golden Eagles knowing that they had to capitalize early, as you see each and every player on this Golden Eagles team heading back to their positions, as every player was across that 20-yard line and everybody was crashing in to try and get the ball in the net. Savannah Mills, the senior, able to get it done.
The assists there were from Macy Paulson and Jamie Sawagid. Savannah Mills with a great goal, and now at Grandview, how are they going to respond? They try and go quick, but Jalen Hendren's going to shut that one down. Gives it up to Sawagid. Zarka coming in quick. Zarka goes down, play on. Sawagid looks up to the middle of the field.
Well, you and I, Brian, of the games we've called together, have seen a lot of the no call, especially in that Arapahoe game. Play got very physical, and there were not a lot of penalty call. So I really like the no call. I like the fact that it's a semifinal game. These are the two best teams in the state, and the refs are going to let them play today.
I agree. I think we've reached the point where the refs want to stay out of this game as much as possible. The game means too much to the players. They're going to want to let the players do as much as they can. It'll be Ashley Van Cleef kicking it away after the offsides call. Waiting for a whistle from our head referee in the middle of the field as she...
Well, not the most ideal conditions here as the rain is staying very steady. However, the wind is beginning to pick up and it's blowing the rain a little bit harder. Looks to be very cold out there on the field, but nonetheless the girls are going to have to play through it.
And it looks like our head referee was talking to the ball boy. Maybe they'll go find some new balls that aren't quite as wet and soggy. Anyways, we will play on with Van Cleef with the free kick down in the own defensive zone.
The wind really starting to pick up here. Van Cleef going to kick with the wind to her back, so the Golden Eagles have the advantage right now with the wind.
Exactly. I think they want to score as many times as they can this first half, knowing the next half going into the wind will not be as easy. Barrick Brookfield moving through the midfield, taken down. That is going to be a call.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness there by Grandview's defense. However, just putting a little bit too much there, and Golden Eagles going to have their, I believe, third free kick of the day, and it's going to be Van Cleef, who we saw almost put a ball in the Regis game. She almost put it in the back of the net from 50 yards out, so she has one of the best legs on this team, and we'll see what she can do here.
Yep, this one's exactly 50 yards out as well. That foul, by the way, on defenseman Kylie Wortman for Grandview. Van Cleef going to look for a shot all the way into McCombs. McCombs botched it. Goal! Mountain Vista 2-0.
Well, Brian, we said that this game was going to be very close and relatively scoreless, but the Golden Eagles are exploding. We're not even 10 minutes into the game yet, and they've scored 2 goals.
This is exactly how Mountain Vista wants. You can see their bench from the other side. They're going crazy. Coach T has got to be happy with the Golden Eagles, as it looks like Sawagid is the one who punched that one in off of McCombs' botch.
Unbelievable.
2 seniors have scored so far tonight, and we're not even 10 minutes into this game. Mountain Vista's got a 2-0 lead.
Just, I have no words. Van Cleef with a perfect kick went off of the chest of McCombs, and the rebound score was nothing but
perfection.
Perfection, exactly. It was done with ease, and the Golden Eagles have a 2-0 lead, and Grandview Wolves are going to have to scramble here.
There's plenty of time left in this game for sure, but Grandview's got to get something going, as Beckman's going to try and do it herself up the middle of the field. Looking for Zarka. She finds Zarka. Zarka looking to the outside. Grandview trying to work on the outside, swings it back into the middle. AJ Stevens going to cut that one off. Great play by Stevens. That ball's brought back up, looking for Zarka, and it's going to trickle out. goal kick for Mountain Vista.
Well, Brian, one thing I do want to talk about is the uncharacteristic play right now of Grandview. Their defense is usually so good. They've only allowed 1 goal in each round of the first 3 rounds of the tournament, and we're not even halfway through the first half, and they've given up 2. So very uncharacteristic play from this Grandview defense.
Yeah, I believe Grandview has outscored their opponents 17-1 in the first 3 games. So to give up 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of this one, very uncharacteristic. You wonder if they came out just a little too flat, maybe thinking they could sneak by Mountain Vista, and Barrett Brookfield going to try and do something here. Gives it away.
Well, Golden Eagles not favors in this game, so really showing that anything can happen and you can't really let any team out of it.
And one thing I wanted to point out is Mountain Vista going with the green here at Echo Park. Last time Vista wore green at Echo Park was the boys' semifinal game in 2 years ago when they were the Cinderella story, 28th seed, making it all the way to the finals. They beat the number 1 seed Fairview 1-0 in that game. So I like the decision by T there to go with the green uniforms. It's obviously helping right now.
Yeah, heroic goal there by Brent Lackey late in the game. And Grandview Wolves with an opportunity, but nice defensive stop by Ashley Van Cleve.
And that shot there was from number 18, Lauren Jewell, the forward. Great opportunity from Grandview there. She just hooked it a little wide, and Van Cleef is going to do the goal kick here. And subs coming in for Grandview. It'll be Zarka going off. Subbing in will appear to be number 8. Grace, nope, not number 8. Grace Hilder's already in. Probably number 9, Reese Wertman, the defenseman. So Grandview with the first sub of the game. 10 minutes in.
Yeah, Grandview trying to get fresh legs on the field as they're having to scramble, not expecting to be down 2-0, I think. This is kind of probably panic mode for the Grandview Wolves right now.
I would guarantee you that this is the first time all season that Grandview has been down by more than 1 goal. They have dominated all season, going 15-0-3, giving up no more than 2 goals in the same match. So Mountain Vista coming out. Katie Harris is going to take a shot, and McCombs is going to swallow that one up. So this is definitely uncharted territory for Grandview, but if any team can come back, it would definitely be them.
Yeah, this Grandview Wolves team is so good, and despite the score, you cannot, count them out of this game. As they are ranked number 12 in the nation for a reason. They're still one of the best teams, and the Golden Eagles really need to still play perfect soccer in order to win this game.
I agree, and you can see the rain affecting the ball there on those passes as it just slips by Jalen Hendren, but Van Cleef was there to back that one up. Looking for Shay Jones. It's going to skip to her. Shay Jones going down into the corner, working on Holleran. Shay Jones going to take a shot across. Oh, no one there to put that one in the back of the net. Savannah Mills going to try and save it. She does.
Wow.
Savannah Mills showing off her speed, saving that one as it's kicked all the way back up to Sawagid.
Great play by Savannah.
Sawagid's going to do some work towards the middle of the field. Sawagid cut off by Grandview's defense. And Shay Jones going to give it out. DeRosier with the shot. Way too high, just wide and far.
The Golden Eagles are doing a great job. I think the best we've seen them all postseason. It's spreading the ball out. They're really spreading it out. It went from Mills to Sawagid to Jones to Harris to DeRosier. They're just doing a great job at passing the ball and creating opportunities through that.
I agree. I think Mountain Vista, that's their game plan, is to spread Grandview out, make the field even bigger than it is, and right now they're executing that plan perfectly. Goal kick from Wortman down to the middle of the field. Skips all the way through. A.J. Stevens going to cut that one off.
Good play there by Stevens in traffic.
Shay Jones finds Brookfield. Brookfield's got room on both sides. Brookfield back to Jones. Jones cut off by number 8, Grace Hillender.
Yeah, this is the defense we're used to seeing from the Grandview Wolves, is ending threats and being able to generate good plays, but the Golden Eagles pressing again.
Barrett Brookfield up the middle, cut off. Sawagid center gets the control of that ball, looking for a centering pass. Sawagid working up, finds Mills on the outside. Mills with some fancy footwork as she works towards the middle. Mills going to take a shot, cut off. Great job by number 22, Whitcher, on the defense there for Grandview.
Well, one person I think that's playing really well for the Golden Eagles that's keeping them in it right now is Jamie Sawagid. The balls have been spread out to her a lot, and she's able to create opportunities through it. Hats off to Sawagid here in the first half.
Mountain going to get the benefit of that 50-50 throw-in. In my eyes, it looked like it went off of Mountain Vista, but nonetheless, the ref said green throw-in, and they will get another one on this short side. Looks like subs are going to come in for both Grandview and Mountain Vista.
Those ball boys having a tough time keeping the balls dry as the conditions are really picking up. The rain looks to be picking up a little more, and the wind is even picking up. So,
coming in for Mountain Vista, Cassandra Romero. Going out, Savannah Mills.
Mills had that first goal for the Golden Eagles. She's going to have some time to rest, and she gets a big hug from Coach T as she walks off onto the sideline.
Swagid with the throw-in, looking for Brookfield. Brookfield using her body to make some space. Brookfield towards the middle of the field. Gives it out to Paulson. Paulson takes a shot. Good block there by a captain, number 10. That looks to be Natalie Beckman,
well,
the senior.
Sorry to cut you off, Brian. Katie DeRosier and Maisie Paulson having a bit of miscommunication there as DeRosier went to drop back, but Paulson went to drop in. So Golden Eagles need to have a little bit of better communication here.
This is an interesting strategy for the Golden Eagles. They know they have to pressure Grandview, and that's what they've been doing. I mean, this is their 8th or 9th time in the Grandview box, putting pressure on McCombs and making her have to make plays. And, you know, Mountain Vista is just not known for that. This year they've always been known for their defense, and today they've been known for their attacking, at least in these first 17 minutes of play.
Yeah, going off of that, just a quick stat. The Golden Eagles have had 5 shots on goal. 2 of them have gone in, and the Grandview Wolves have yet to put a shot on goal. So, like you said, very uncharacteristic of both teams, but nonetheless, it's in the Golden Eagles' favor right now.
Johnston with the free kick elects to go short. Katie Harris with the ball now at midfield. Katie Harris with players to her left and right. Cassandra Romero on the short side. Looking for Shay Jones. She is offsides, but they are not going to call it because she never got to the ball.
Ball was deflected there by, I believe that was Morgan Zarka, Grandview captain.
Cassandra Romero with the throw-in on the short side. He's got 3 Golden Eagles near. Looking for Brookfield. Cut off by number 2, Johnston.
Jones has an opportunity.
And there's Beckman again at the midfield trying to clear that one away. Macy Paulson tries to settle it down and give it to Stevens. Stevens able to kick it up to DeRosier. DeRosier working on Holleran.
Parker showing off her speed here as she cut that ball off from A.J. Stevens and just stole it away from DeRosier.
Good work by Parker to settle that one down and give Grandview some control. That is one thing they have not had as time of possession in this game. Mountain Vista has controlled it very well. Here comes Johnston towards the short side. This is Lindbenko. Lindbenko working towards the middle of the field. Finds Beckman. Beckman at the 30. Finds it. Kicks it up. Finds her attackman. The centering for Zarka. Not there.
Golden Eagles the Grandview Wolves did a good job of controlling the pace there, not trying to rush anything, just trying to create an opportunity, create space, and they almost had an opportunity there, but the shot just went wide right.
I'm sorry for that botched call. That was up to Lauren Jewell, and Jewell centered it for Zarka, and Zarka just missed the header, and it trickled out of bounds for a goal kick for Mountain Vista.
Van Cleve going to boot this one down the field.
Zarka with the big header. Tries to get it up to Parker. Jalen Hendren working hard on Parker. Hendren going to win the battle.
Well, I think this Grandview student section or parent section that was cheering on their forward Parker there hasn't really seen Jalen Hendren play, because from up in the booth I was expecting Jalen to cut that ball off, and she did just that. Jalen, such a good defensive player for this team.
Agreed, and this is Lindbenko on the short side as she gives it away. Good speed there by Holleran. Holleran going to come up and give it off to Jewell.
Great pass by Holleran.
Jewell on the far side, working on DeRosier. Jewell down into the corner, now working on Stevens. Stevens tries to cut off and misses. Jewell to the middle of the box and cleared out by Van Cleef. Not all the way out as Holleran tries to settle it down at the top of the box. Finds Jewell again. Jewell trying to go back to Holleran, and there goes Macy cutting it off and clearing it up to midfield.
Good job there by Paulson as the Golden Eagles defense looked like they were scrambling a little bit. However, they did have it under control relatively well, so able to end that threat, but the ball nonetheless still in the possession of the Grandview Wolves.
Here's Sawagan now just short of midfield. Finds Cassandra Romero on the other side. Oh, big move there by Cassandra Romero as it is kicked out by number 21, Tierney.
A lot of physical play. Refs again, no call, letting him play.
It'll be a throw-in for Sawagan as Barrett Brookfield subs out for Savannah Mills. It looks like DeRosier also subbed out as number 11. Ryan McCabe comes in. McCabe took a big hit in that Arapahoe game. It was good to see her back and on the field for sure.
Yeah, we were scared that McCabe was going to maybe be out for the remainder of the playoffs. She looked to be in a good deal of pain, but she was able to come back even the next round. So McCabe, a very tough player, and showing her heart as she was able to bounce back and play most likely through some discomfort.
McCabe and Paulson working at the midfield. Stevens clears it up towards McCabe. Savannah Mills settles it down on the far side. Savannah Mills working on Holleran. Holleran does a good job boxing out, but McCabe cuts it off. looking for Jones. Not quite able to get there.
Pass just a little bit too long for Jones there. Golden Eagles almost had an opportunity to score their third goal here as we have 19 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Big boot from McCombs down to midfield. McCabe settles it down. And here's Wuthridge.
Big collision there, Wuthridge and Romero. Stevens cutting the ball off the 50-yard line. Nice job by her.
Stevens working up. Stevens going to take a shot from about 40 out, and McCombs is going to use her body to trap that one down.
Well, if you're able to see Stevens after that kick, she lost her step and slipped, which just shows the poor conditions of the field. Hopefully no girls get hurt today. It's the last thing you want to see from either team.
Exactly, especially in the semifinal game, as one of these teams will move on to the state final to face the winner of the Rock Canyon Broomfield game that'll happen later today.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game as well as this one. But all four teams that are still in the state tournament have a legitimate chance to win this year, and it's going to be exciting to see who comes out on top.
Exactly. I think all four teams have great records, great teams, and they all think this is their year to win it all, and it's going to be an exciting final race. Goal kick for Grandview will be taken by Kylie Wertman.
Well, the Grandview Wolves really need to score before halftime, I think, if they want to stay in this game, because that Golden Eagles defense is so tough to play against. So if they're going to want any opportunity to come back in the second half, they're going to have to score here in the first half.
Limbenko looking for Zarka. Zarka showing off her speed, working on number 12, Macy Paulson. Macy Paulson kicks it out of bounds to give her team some time to regroup. Coming all the way down from the defensive position is Skylar Witcher, as she will throw it in. Zarka, Limbenko, and Jewel all in the box for Grandview.
Here might be an opportunity for the Grandview Wolves. We'll see how the Golden Eagles can counter this attack.
Big throw from Witcher. Limbenko with a little chip.
Nice header by Jalen Hendren.
Coming in hard is Holleran. Holleran tries to take a shot.
Wow.
Cut off by Jalen again. Two Vista players take out what looks like to be Zarka. It is Zarka. Johnston looking down for Limbenko. Limbenko with another chip. Kylie Love going to miss the poke, and it's going to be cleared out by A.J. Stevens, and Savannah Mills is going to kick this one all the way down the middle of the field.
Well, Jalen Hendren is just everywhere. It started off with the header, and then she collided with Zarka and able to clear the ball after the collision with her left foot. Jalen Hendren, just one of the best players on this Golden Eagles team on the defensive side.
As Cassandra Romero is going to settle this one down towards midfield and move it up. Mountain Vista with two men up against four Grandview Wolves, but they're going to try and kill some time. Cassandra Romero working down the field.
Romero had to step up there, and a great job clearing that ball by Kylie Wertman. The Golden Eagles had the control of pace and numbers, so good clear by Wertman.
Cassandra Romero with the throw-in on the short side. Looking for Shea Jones. Over Shea Jones's head, cleared out by Grandview. Settled down by Beckman. Beckman with a little chip up. Great trap by Macy Paulson there as Mountain Vista is able to regain control as A.J. Stevens is going to put it right back up in the middle of the field. Here's Zarka for Grandview.
Well, almost all the Golden Eagles crashing on that play, and that's how they scored their first goal, so trying to repeat it there, but the Grandview Wolves doing a nice job at ending the threat.
This is Jewel on the far side. Jewel working on Van Cleef. Van Cleef using her big body to box out Jewel, and she is going to win a throw-in for Mountain Vista.
That's a great battle that we're going to get to watch all day, is Van Cleef and Jewel, and Van Cleef winning that round there.
Throw-in for Grandview now as that one's kicked away quickly. It'll be Holleran as subs come in for Grandview. It looks like Tori Parker going out and coming in. I apologize, I cannot see the number from here. Holleran kicks it up. It is settled down by, it's not settled down yet, settled down by Zarka now. Zarka working on that far side with Jewel.
Opportunity for the Wolves here. We'll see how the Golden Eagles can counter it.
Jewel to the corner. And that ball is going to be blocked out for a corner kick.
I believe it was kicked off the body of Van Cleef, and not a bad play by Van Cleef, just getting that ball out. And the Golden Eagles defense is going to have to make a big stop here if they're going to end this corner kick threat from the Grandview Wolves. 15 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here. Grandview is going to have to get on the board if they want a chance to win this game.
The sub coming in for Grandview was Kendra Gibson. The corner kick from Johnston,
nice.
Headed down by Stevens. Johnston going to say, I'm going to try it again. From top of the box, puts it into the middle. Great job there by Jalen Hendren to knock that one down. Limbenko with the kick. Zarka trying to win the ball. Zarka does. Shot! No.
Well, we really have the privilege of watching one of the best defensive teams in the state of Colorado in the Golden Eagles. They're back four today. Jamie Sawaga, Jalen Hendren, Ashley Van Cleve, and AJ Stevens have been just near perfect. They've played so well in the first half, and we have 14 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. But this Golden Eagles defense playing extremely well right now.
I agree. I think Grandview's starting to throw a little more pressure in Kylie Love's face, but the four defensemen for Mountain Vista who have been in this game the whole time are holding strong and not letting anyone by. Headed down by Zarka at midfield, but settled by Paulson. Zarka coming in and cutting it off, looking for Limbenko. Limbenko on the short side. Keeps it in play, but Sawagid intercepts the pass. Sawagid looking up for Shea Jones. Cut off there by Hilnder. Shea Jones looking for a little chip from Mills. Mills going to show off her speed on Holleran. Holleran does slow down Mills, but she does kick it out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in from Mountain Vista at midfield.
Well, Brian, you and I were completely off when we said that the weather might affect the speed of Savannah Mills. She is still showing off that she is one of the fastest players in the state of Colorado.
I agree. I think she's basically she wants to challenge everyone she can because she knows she can win every single ball that comes her way.
Yeah, I think her aggression really helps, especially, she had that goal early in the game, and I think just how aggressive she plays really helps her create opportunities for herself.
As it will be number 17, Lauren Holleran on the far side for Grandview taking this free kick. As the boot comes, looking towards the middle of the field for Zarka and Jewel. It gets all the way to the midfield, and Zarka and Limbenko work on settling it down. It's through. Here is Gibson, saved by Love, and cleared out, almost cleared out by Van Cleef. And here goes Katie Harris now trying to get the ball upfield more. She's got some room, and she's got Mills, and she also has McCabe. She's looking for McCabe. Poor pass, and Johnson cuts it off. Great save there by Love, though.
Yeah, that pass, first shot on goal by the Grandview Wolves, just a fastball right at the chest of Kylie Love. She was able to punch it down. Ball was able to be cleared by Stevens. Great defensive play by Kylie Love.
Savannah Mills is going to try and get there. She does not by half a step.
Ball just a little bit too far for Savannah Mills, and if Savannah Mills couldn't get to that one, I don't know if anybody could.
It'll be a throw-in for Mountain Vista nonetheless because it was kicked off of a Grandview player. Subs coming in. It'll be number 13, Kate Albee. Number 21, Ashley Whittle, as they are subbed off for Katie Harris and Cassandra Romero.
Yeah, Kate Albee played very well in that Regis game. She played nearly half the game, and she did a phenomenal job for the Golden Eagles, so we'll see what Albee can contribute to the team here today.
This is Jewel on the far side working on Van Cleef. Van Cleef using her big body to cut off the line. Jewel looking for a cross, swallowed up by Van Cleef and cleared up by Stevens.
Van Cleef winning the battle between those two players today, and she's doing a great job. This Golden Eagles defense is just something we don't see every day, and it's very exciting to watch.
Gibson had that chip in there that was cleared out by Sawagid. Grandview going to try and keep the pressure on with Limbenko. Limbenko right to Jalen Hendren, who mistouches the ball a little bit but settles it down.
Good recovery there by Hendren.
Ball in the middle of the field, kicked up in the air by Katie Harris. Zarka and Harris battling it out as Van Cleef's able to clear it away. Kate Albee just misses the touch there, but that ball is going to stay in. Here comes Ashley Whittle. Ashley Whittle's going to get there
nice
first.
Speed.
Ashley Whittle's got Kate Albee with room. Albee looking all the way across for Mills. Mills and Holleran again. Mills is going to say, I'm going to get there. Just misses the kick, and Holleran is going to settle that one down.
It appeared that Mills tried to kick that one off of Holleran to go out of bounds, but just missed her by a half an inch.
Gibson finding Beckman in the middle of the field. Stolen away by Brookfield. Brookfield going to take a shot. Saved by McCombs, and it's kicked out to, sorry, I can't pronounce her name, Witcher. And Witcher puts it out of bounds for a Vista throw-in.
Yeah, Golden Eagles creating so many opportunities and really making this Grandview team panic here in the first half. Still 2-0 with 10 minutes and 35 seconds remaining.
Limbenko deflects that one out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for Mountain Vista. Sawagi going to throw it back into Albee. Albee working towards the corner. Good job by Limbenko to win that one. And it'll be a free kick for Grandview as Kate Albee gets a little tangled up there. So Grandview's going to get a free kick deep in their own defensive zone. It'll be Wortman taking the free kick for Grandview. As we have 10 minutes remaining in this first half, Mountain Vista still leads 2-0 after those first 10 minutes of all-out chaos for Grandview. Not exactly how they wanted to start this game for sure.
Yeah, definitely, but you have to tip your hat if you're the Grandview Wolves to the way that this Golden Eagles offense has played here in the first half. They've been putting so much pressure on the Grandview Wolves, and they just have had no counter for it.
Beckman trying to win the ball back, but Sawaga heads it away. Wortman kicking it up the middle of the field, looking for Jewell. Cut off by Van Cleef. There's Jewell and Gibson working together, as Stevens is going to clear that one towards the middle of the field.
Good clear there by Stevens.
Here's Katie Harris now trying to settle it down as Beckman cuts her off. Beckman showing off her speed and her skills. Trying to find Gibson on the short side, the far side. Gibson going to get there. Working on Van Cleef, tries to center it. It's going to sneak out of bounds for a goal kick.
Well, that's a great job by AJ Stevens, as Jewell had to step up on her, so she decided to drop back and just play to defend the clear rather than trying to beat her down the sideline. That's a really good job there by AJ Stevens.
Instead of Van Cleef taking this goal kick, it'll be Hendren. Hendren looking to boot it away, and she does. There's Holleran stepping up and deflecting that one out of bounds. Mills is going to throw it in on the far side. Mills with a big throw looking for Whittle. Whittle trying to get around, and she does, but not before Wortman can get to the ball and kick it out of bounds. Mountain Vista moving up the field quick. Savannah Mills throws it in looking for Albee. Cut off there by Johnston, sorry. And Mills tries to keep that one in, and she does. Mills on the far side looking for a centering pass. Does not get to Albee and is headed away by Witcher.
Just a little bit too much on that pass, just a little bit in front of Albee, and that's right where the defender was playing. Hats off to the Grandview defense.
Yeah, Grandview's defense holding strong now for about 20 minutes ever since those first two goals were scored. This is what we thought we'd see. We thought we'd see two great battles going out. Mountain Vista lucky enough to come out with 2 goals quick. And you know that helps their confidence, especially for goalkeeper Kylie Love.
Yeah, definitely. It's easier to play as a goalie when you have a lead. You know, you don't want to make mistakes, but it's not the end of the world if you do, and it puts you in a much more confident state. And the Golden Eagles have an opportunity here.
Yes, they do. And here goes Ashley Whittle. Whittle and Wortman working together, and Wortman's going to clear that one out.
Wow. Wortman had just 1 or 2 steps up there and able to create some speed and able to clear that ball. Golden Eagles still earning the throw-in, however.
And Savannah Mills is going to take that throw in from the far side down in the corner. She's got Whittle, Albee, and Barrett Brookfield all standing towards the box. Looks for Whittle. Whittle works on Holleran. Savannah Mills going to put it in towards the middle. Dangerous ball there is cleared up and out. As Beckman's going to try and settle this one down for Grandview and does. Gets around Sawagat. Sawagat's fighting back. Sawagat takes her down. That's going to be a free kick, and they're going to stop time because they're going to give Jamie Sawagat a yellow card there for taking her down from behind.
Well, that's an interesting call there. Golden Eagle fans obviously not happy with that one, but you know, trying to play through it, and they're going to have to sub out Jamie Sawagat and DeRosier coming back onto the field. But if you do get a red card here in the state tournament, not only are you out for the remainder of that game, but you're out for the remainder of the tournament. So they're going to have to pull Sawagat, and they're going to have to put DeRosier in to keep Sawagat in for the remainder of the tournament even.
Yeah, one of the crazy rules for Chas is that once a player receives a yellow card, they must immediately sub out. So Sawagat going out there for DeRosier. T probably giving Sawagat just a little bit of a chat saying, hey, we're up 2-0. Still the first half. I like the aggressiveness, but no need to make a foul like that. And so
yeah, if you're the Golden Eagles, you still want to be playing aggressive, but you do have to be smart about it. And Sawagat just a little bit too aggressive on that play.
There's Van Cleef working on Gibson. Van Cleef's going to win the goal kick for the Golden Eagles as she is able to get that one kicked off of Gibson.
Yeah, not only is that a good job by Van Cleef to get the ball from Gibson, but she's able to create some opportunity there and able to get the ball off of Gibson to earn the the goalie kick, excuse me.
Here's Van Cleef with the goal kick all the way down to the middle of the field. Tried to get settled down by Johnson. She cannot. DeRosier with a little tap up. Witcher clears it away. This is Lauren Jewell working on Jalen Hendren. Jalen Hendren does a good job of skewing that one off. And here goes Lauren Jewell again. That's Kate Albee also trying to shut that one down. as she does and finds Jalen Hendren towards the middle of the box. Dangerous pass, but Hendren's able to get there and shut any chance of that down. Here's Beckman at the middle of the field. Beckman with some moves. Beckman with the shot. Save by Love.
Nice save there by Love as Grandview has their second shot on goal, but a nice easy save for Love, going to her knees, able to trap it down. No problem for Kylie Love, and we have 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, great job by Love there squaring that ball up, making sure it hit her square in the chest. It wasn't going to bounce anywhere crazy and go into the back of the net, as Brookfield's going to work on the ball now. Brookfield gets taken down. It will be a free kick for Mountain Vista. No card should be awarded there, but it will be a foul on Johnston for sure. And as our head referee is going to give Johnston a little bit of a talking to, saying, I'm not afraid to give you yellow cards. I've already given one. Please be careful.
Yeah, that same ref, as you said, that gave the yellow card to Sawagan, not really having the aggressive play here. The other refs kind of letting the girls play, but that one ref in particular not allowing the girls to get too aggressive. And Van Cleve going to have her second opportunity to boot it from the 40. Last time she did that, the Golden Eagles scored.
Yes, this is how they scored exactly. She does the exact same thing. McComb's going to miss it again. It's botched again. But no one is there like Sawagan was to punch that one into the back of the net.
That ball just going a little bit too far out. The last ball was rebounded right in front of the goal. That one, however, going all the way out to about the 15-yard line. So the Golden Eagles not with the same opportunity, but nonetheless a good kick by Van Cleve.
Here's Katie Harris working in the middle of the field, looking for Willett. Willett trying to find Brookfield, or not? Yeah, trying to find Brookfield. Could not get there. Katie Harris with the shot, and it looked like it was deflected, but they will award a goal kick either way.
Ball just went wide right, and I think you might have been right on that deflection. However, it's going to be a goal kick for the Grandview Wolves. Taking the goal kick is going to be junior Kylie Wertman, the defender, who's played pretty good today.
Yeah, I agree. She's been shutting everything on the middle down. The only 2 goals that have been scored were not on her, so she's been playing very well for this Grandview defense. And you know, I'm sure she's not happy with the way her team has played in this first half, especially defensively. But nonetheless, they have to find a way to come back and try and get this game a little closer.
Yeah, and that's a tall task to ask the Grandview Wolves against this Golden Eagles defense. But as we've said from the beginning of our broadcast, that this is one of the best teams that the Golden Eagles have played all season. They did fall short to them earlier in the year. I believe the final score was 2-1. The Golden Eagles in control, 2-0 here.
Yeah, they are already scoring more than they did in that last game, and Van Cleef's going to try and sell this one down that far corner. Let it roll out for a goal kick.
Well, if Grandview's going to score here, they're going to have to get the ball back as this goal kick approaches with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. So they're going to have to do it, and they're going to have to do it quick. Shay Jones coming on the field as a sub.
Yeah, I think that's just a way for T to kill a little bit more time, as Jalen Hendren's going to kick this one away with 3 minutes remaining. As Jalen Hendren kicks it towards the far side of the field. Good touch by Savannah Mills. They're trying to get to Brookfield. Unable to, as there's Katie Harris. Katie Harris kicks it up to DeRosier. Here's DeRosier on the short side. DeRosier keeps it in play.
Golden Eagles. Oh.
DeRosier with a missed kick as it's cut off by Wortman, and Johnston is going to head that one to the sideline where Parker is going to receive it. Parker working back towards the middle of the field, trying to find Zarka.
Nice
Zarka
play.
misses. Here's Paulson. Paulson playing it back to Stevens. Looks like Golden Eagles are killing a little bit of time. Stevens going to shoot it up towards the middle of the field. Cut off there by Johnston.
Well, if the Golden Eagles could go up 3-0 here with 2:30 remaining, that would be huge going into the locker rooms.
Definitely a big confidence booster for sure. Good boot there by Grandview. Here's Lauren Jewell now working towards the middle, and Macy Paulson with the poke check.
Wow. The midfielder coming.
Oh, and it's a miscommunication there. And this is Gibson. Gibson going to shoot it. No. Stopped by Stevens. Stevens going to clear that one away, and wow. Mountain Vista just misses,
yeah,
just avoids a scare there.
Those are the ones that really kind of scare you as a Golden Eagles fan, especially with this Grandview team. This is a team that doesn't allow mistakes like that very often and doesn't capitalize. So a great job there by the Golden Eagles to recover from that near scare and almost led to a Grandview goal.
Van Cleef in love with the miscommunication. Nonetheless, the score is still 0 for Grandview. Here's Beckman towards the corner. Beckman going to shoot it in. Kylie Love going to come up. Miscommunication again. Goal! That's going to be Zarka. Number 20, Morgan Zarka, the midfielder, the senior, the captain. Brings the Grandview Wolves 1 goal closer as the half reaches. There's 1:40 remaining in this first half.
Yeah, we said if the Grandview Wolves were going to score here, they were going to have to do it quick, and they did just that. It took them less than 2 minutes to get the ball down the field and score. Golden Eagles defense playing a little bit uncharacteristic right there as Kylie Love and Ashley Van Cleve with the miscommunication, and then Kylie Love with miscommunication. I don't know who the second defender was, but
It looked like it was Van Cleef again on the miscommunication.
I believe it was, but
that's two quick plays in a row where Van Cleef and Love were not on the same page. Communication was a little poor, and Grandview couldn't capitalize the first time, but Zarka said, I'll capitalize the second time.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said, this is a team that if you give them that many opportunities, they're definitely going to capitalize. So the Golden Eagles, not exactly where they want to be, but they still have a lead. And as we said, a little bit of room for error, but now that's gone, and the Golden Eagles can't have any more mistakes, or it could lead to a tie game.
I agree, and as we reach 1:30 remaining in this first half, 3 goals have been scored, 2 of which probably shouldn't have happened. Mountain Vista's second goal and the goal for Grandview, but nonetheless, Mountain Vista still with a lead of 1, and they want to get probably 1 more in, if not keep 1 out, as Beckman's going to work towards the middle of the field. Beckman's going to try and find Zarka. Katie Harris going to cut it off and clear it up. Gibson settles it down, looking for Jewel. Finds Jewel on the far side. Jewel being worked on by Van Cleef and Stevens, and Van Cleef is going to kick it in the air. Jewel going to settle it down and try and take a shot, and that was Van Cleef settling that one down and clearing it away.
I think the Golden Eagles just need to run out these last 50 seconds on the clock and try and get into the locker room with a 2-1 lead.
Right now, Grandview has all the momentum. They're beating Mountain Vista to almost every ball. Poor touch by Gibson, and Savannah Mills is going to capitalize. Stevens going to clear it up. Could not get through to Shea Jones. Van Cleef going to settle it down and boot it up, looking for Shea Jones. Not going to get there as Wortman heads it away. This is Parker. Cut off by DeRosier. DeRosier with the ball. DeRosier going to work towards the middle of the field. She's got Mills on the far side, and she gets it to her. Mills working on Holleran. Mills going to show off her speed on Holleran and put it towards the middle. Oh, Wortman's going to clear it away.
16 seconds remaining. I thought the Golden Eagles were going to come up with another goal there, but coming up empty, and I believe the clock is just going to wind down. A.J. Stevens going to try and rush this throw in, but there's only 5 seconds remaining, and ball is going to be kicked around until the clock winds down.
And that'll be the end of the first half. Mountain Vista up 2-1, scoring 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, and then late in that second half, the senior, Morgan Zarka, comes away with a goal for Grandview and gets this one a little closer for her team.
Yeah, Brian, the Golden Eagles played great in the first half, and I think halftime came at the exact right time for them as Grandview was building up a lot of momentum, as you said. Golden Eagles not winning many balls, but nonetheless, the Golden Eagles go into the locker room with a 10-minute break and a 2-1 lead, so we'll see what Coach T is going to tell her players at the locker room, and hopefully it gets through to the players. And Coach Terry Wood, if you're the Grandview Wolves, is going to try and communicate with them that they played great in those last 5 minutes, and if they can play like that, they're going to get back in this game. And we have said all day that this Grandview team is not one that you can sleep on. They're one team that if you let them back in like the Golden Eagles kind of did there in the end of the first half, then they're going to make you pay.
Yeah, I agree. I think Grandview's the type of team that knows there's still 40 minutes of gameplay left, and that plenty of time to put at least 1, if not 2 more on the board. If you're Mountain Vista, you got to come out and play like you did those first 10, 15 minutes of the game. You got to come out and you got to attack this Grandview team and kind of put them on their heels, because once Grandview got the momentum in that late second half, man, they just destroyed Mountain Vista's defense.
Yeah, so one thing we've seen the Grandview Wolves do is they actually play 2 goalies. In the first half, they'll play McCombs. In the second half, they're going to play Livingston. We'll see with the 2-1 lead, or down 2-1, excuse me, if they're going to do that here or they're going to keep McCombs in. I would assume that after giving up 2 goals, especially one that most likely should have been saved, if they're going to put Livingston in or if they're going to keep McCombs in.
Yeah, I agree. I think especially after those first 10 minutes, you would have thought McCombs will be coming out for sure at halftime, but you know, she did make a couple good saves towards the end, and she's that senior on the team. She's that senior leader that they might want, and you know McCombs wants revenge on this Mountain Vista team from what happened last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably still stays up at night thinking about that unfortunate PK loss that she probably thinks, you know, if I would have done one thing different, I could have saved that ball, or, you know, thinks about how she could have played different. And that's one thing that's tough about sports is you only get the time on the clock, and you have to play your best or you're going to get eliminated, as the Grandview Wolves were last year. So 8 minutes remaining in halftime, and what do you think both teams are going to have to do here in the second half if both teams are going to win? I
think if you're Grandview, you got to come out like you did in those last 5-10 minutes of the first half. I think you need to have the energy, the intensity, the big plays, and I think it did catch Mountain Vista off guard for sure, because the 4 defense line for Mountain Vista was in that whole first half. There were no subs for those players, and I think maybe that played a key factor in it. But I think Grandview's going to have to come out and press, and I think actually both teams are going to have to. I think the team that comes out and is a little more aggressive, a little more attacking, a lot more energetic, that's the team that's going to come out and win. And right now we are watching, it is the junior Maddie Livingston getting some reps in at goal, as it also looks like Bailey Baker is jogging across the midfield, as she might be taking some reps too. So we could have a double goalie switch here, as that could be interesting, since Bailey Baker was the goalie last year for Mountain Vista, who shut them out in regulation overtime and came away with 2 amazing saves to win the PKs for Mountain Vista.
Yeah, I'd be interested if the Golden Eagles did make that switch. I'd be a little bit surprised. However, at the same time, I could see it happening. I think the Golden Eagles do need to make something happen, and with how much momentum the Grandview Wolves, had in that end of the first half, they might have to make a change. But nonetheless, we would like to mention that this Monday upcoming, the Golden Eagles our Golden Eagles baseball team is going to be playing for their attempt to win their first state title in Mount Vista boys baseball history. And Brian, that team is looking really good.
Yeah, that team has got to be, if not the best, one of the best teams to ever come through Mountain Vista and possibly even the state of Colorado. They are undefeated, 19-0, 20-0, sorry, 22-0. Haven't counted those playoff games in. They're 22-0. They have 2 dominant pitchers, one with multiple no-hitters and multiple complete games. And that's going to be a great thing to watch on Monday.
Yeah, Monday at 9 a.m., go watch your Golden Eagles play the Arapahoe Warriors at All City Field. And if they win that one, they will be playing at 3 p.m. at All City Field, and they would play the winner of the Rocky Mountain Cherokee Trail game. So Golden Eagles boys baseball team looking really, really good. And I think they have an opportunity and a great chance to win a state title this year.
Yeah, talking to some of the boys this week, the big number is 5. 5 games. They'd have to win 5 games to win the state title. And that's what their goal is they want to get in there and get out of there as quick as possible. 5 games. And I think they've got the talent, the skill, and hopefully the motivation to do it.
Yeah, that team is exploding this season. They have a school record in stolen bases. They've hit somewhere between 20 and 30 home runs, and that team is just a force to be reckoned with.
About halfway through halftime here. Both teams still in that locker room, as it is raining outside.
Yeah, that wind appearing to be dying down, however, so the conditions are more wet than windy.
Yeah, I think really in that first half there were about 10-15 minutes of full-on rain and wind, but now it seems to be settling down a little bit. The sky's lifting, but if we look off into the distance, we can see some clouds coming in quickly, and hopefully the weather stays about this. It seems pretty nice right now. Obviously not sunny by any means, but without rain, I'm sure both teams would like that. So
yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting second half. The wind really dying down, so not going to favor either team, but we saw the conditions didn't really affect players like Savannah Mills that much, as her speed was not affected whatsoever. She's one of the fastest players in Colorado. We've said that multiple times, but I don't think it can be said enough. So
yeah, I think Savannah Mills does not care what the weather is, what the defenseman is. She goes out, gives her heart out the whole game, and we'll see how Mountain Vista comes out in this second half, as they need to explode like they did in the first, and they need to take control, and they need to, it'd be nice to have 1. If they put 2 more on the board, perfect. I think that's got to be the goal, is come out and put 2 more up quickly and see if Grandview can respond again.
And I do have a correction. The Golden Eagles, I've just been updated, have hit 38 home runs, that boys team, which is just an unheard of number in a high school team. So Golden Eagles, again, have a big opportunity to win their first state title in boys baseball history.
Yeah, 38 home runs in 22 games, that's almost 2 home runs a game. That's unheard of for any sport. I mean, that's just insane. So we wish the boys best of luck as they approach these next couple games. Hopefully they can win 5 games for us and get that first state title.
Yeah, that'd be very exciting. And the Golden Eagle girls still here at Echo Park, and they're looking to get to their second consecutive title game. Hopefully they'll be able to pull it off and win their second straight state championship. So that's what the Golden Eagle girls are playing for. The Grandview Wolves are looking to advance to the state championship game and win their 3rd title in 4 years. So
yeah, they want to reclaim that title after a disappointing last year. They had won it back-to-back years. They were thinking three-peat, and Mountain Vista ruined their parade, and they want to get back on top.
Yeah, and I just can't imagine the rivalry, especially between the seniors. So both senior classes playing so well all 4 years of their high school careers, and you know that both senior groups really want to have that last win over their rival. And I believe that these teams have become rivals over the years as they've both been so good competing. They see each other so often late in the rounds of the postseason, and I just think that both teams really want this win.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm pretty sure both Coach Terry Wood and Coach Teresa for Mountain Vista. Teresa, I'm not even going to pronounce her last name. It's a little too much for me, but you know they got to be good friends because every year they try and match these teams up at the beginning of the year, knowing they'll face each other later, and they want to use that first game as motivation for the season. So.
Yeah, I think one thing from the coach's perspective, you have to have a lot of respect for your counterpart, as both coaches really know how to win, and they've just coached these girls so well, and we're just in for a treat here in the second half, and it's going to be a very exciting one. And the winner, as we have said, is going to advance to the state championship game. Golden Eagles hoping to make it back for the second consecutive year.
Yeah, and the winner will play the winner of Broomfield and Rock Canyon, which will come out later. Those are the 2 and 3 seeds in the playoffs. Rock Canyon with the 3 seed, and Broomfield with the 2 seed. Mountain Vista has beaten Broomfield earlier this year, and they did lose to Rock Canyon 1-0. So all 4 of these teams left have faced each other before, and you know it's going to be a good run for the state championship.
Yeah, and I mean, there's really no way to speculate who's going to win it. I think we just have to watch and enjoy and just really see who comes out on top.
Yeah, I think we ought to soak in the talent level for all 4 of those teams. I think it'll be rare to see another foursome of teams come in like that, and both teams are now walking out towards the middle of the field as halftime is ticking down, about 30 seconds left.
So one thing I do want to point out, coming out and warming up at her respected goal was Junior Maddie Livingston, the goalkeeper. So we are going to see that double goalie switch again, and McComb's going to come out, Livingston going to come in, and that's what they've been doing all postseason. So Livingston still got to feel comfortable, even though the Grandview Wolves are down by a goal.
Yeah, I think Livingston has faith in her teammates. She obviously has faith in her own ability in goal, and we also saw Bailey Baker for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles come out and take some reps, so we'll see if she goes in or if Love comes in as both teams come walking out. As there goes the horn, our referees re-immerse from the locker rooms and begin walking towards the middle of the field. It looks like they've dried off some of the balls, and it's actually looking like it's going to be a nice start at the half. No rain, no wind, just the water on the ground, so hopefully the ball stays a little drier this half. And
yeah, those conditions not coming down any longer, but they're still going to affect the teams because of how much it did rain in the first half. So we'll see how both teams can play here in the second half. And I do want to point out that the fact that Jamie Sawaga got a yellow card might put the Golden Eagles in a little bit of a handcuff. I think they might have to play that a little bit different, but Albie coming on the field and giving really good minutes to the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, I think if anything, it just hinders Sawaga's play. She's an aggressive player. She likes the physical aspect of the game, and that's her first yellow card this whole season. So that probably caught her off guard a little bit, but hopefully she'll rebound and not think too much about it and just play her game. And I'm sure the referees will let them play a little more as the second half almost gets on its way. And we're in for a good one for sure, folks. Mountain Vista up 2-1 going into this second half. We'll see if Grandview can respond after scoring that late goal and keep the momentum going on their side, or will Mountain Vista be able to come back and put a couple more on their side?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, and I mean, I just don't want to speculate. I'm just ready to watch the second half of a really, really good soccer game here.
I agree. It's going to be a good one for sure. Just want to remind you, Grandview is in white, Mountain Vista is in green. They have switched sides. Grandview will be working towards our left, and Mountain Vista will be working towards our right. So, you know, Grandview is on the field. So is their star who scored in that late first half, Morgan Zarka, the senior.
Yeah, Zarka playing her heart out, leading this Grandview team, the captain, I believe.
Yep.
And she is trying to just do everything in her power to keep this Grandview season alive. Golden Eagles really going to have to find a counter for her, and I think matching her up with Jalen Hendred would not be a bad move. Both seniors, both very good players. They would just go at each other with 100% aggression.
I agree, and the fans are getting up. The fans are getting ready. Umbrellas are starting to come down a little bit, but not too many, and Mountain Vista's now on the field. They will kick off to start the half. They like to boot it deep. It'll be they usually go Katie Harris to Shea Jones and then a boot down to the side. So looks like it'll be Shea Jones to Katie Harris to start this one off, but
so
here we go.
One thing I do want to mention that I was just informed of, that Bailey Baker is in for goalie for the Golden Eagles at 00. And I believe we did see Kylie Love limping off the field, and so she might be in some discomfort. Don't know when she would have obtained an injury, but
it might have been that collision with Van Cleef that led to the goal. That big collision definitely could have had that. Livingston makes her first appearance in the game, picking that ball up from the kickoff.
Kylie also had back issues all season, so maybe having to battle through some of those. But nonetheless, we have 2 new goalies, and we'll see what they can do for their respective teams.
There's Beckman working on Hendren. Van Cleef's going to kick it up and away.
Well, Grandview not missing a step. They're coming out playing just how they were at the end of the first half.
There's Gibson on the far side, finding Johnston. Johnston looking for Beckman. Beckman with the cross, and saved by Bailey Baker.
Nice play there by Baker. And don't forget that Bailey Baker is the goalie that took the Golden Eagles to the state championship game last year, so she has a lot of knowledge of this Grandview team, as she is the one that beat them in penalty kicks with a couple great saves there.
Yes, both in regulation and in the PKs. She is definitely an amazing goalie, but she did have a big hand injury as that ball's going to sneak by, but Livingston is going to get there. Bailey Baker did have a big hand injury earlier in the season, which put her on the sideline basically until this game.
Yeah, Bailey hasn't seen a lot of field minutes, but nonetheless has a lot of experience for a sophomore.
Yes, for sure, and that ball's going to be trying to get settled down by Grandview at the midfield as 3 headers in a row there. DeRosier is going to settle it for Vista and kick it out of bounds. Throw in for Grandview as it will be Holleran on the short side.
Well, both teams playing really well. I'm very interested to see if anybody scores here in the second half, and if so, who it's going to be.
That'll be a free kick for Vista, as it looks like Lauren Jewell was just a little too aggressive there on A.J. Stevens.
Yeah, not sure about that call. It looked like they were just trying to battle for the ball, but a whistle, and Golden Eagles have a free kick.
And that ball's going to be cleared away by Van Cleef, but headed down by Zarka, and then cleared back up by Hendren. Hendren looking for Mills and Jones down into the box. That ball's going to be kicked to the other side, and it'll be a corner kick, as that was Witcher making a kind of unnatural and not what you would have expected play there, is kicking it out of bounds behind the goal.
Yeah, kind of an awkward position she got herself in and had to make a tough kick, and Golden Eagles are going to have a corner. DeRosier taking this one for the Golden Eagles. Kick is across and cleared by the Grandview Wolves. Going out to Jamie Sawaga, who's going to get a little bit of backspin on it, but right to the goalie Livingston. And Grandview going to take over once again.
It's good to see Jamie Sawaga in the game now. Hopefully she's not thinking about that yellow card and she's just going to play her game. Gets a quick shot there, as forcing Livingston to make her first save. Paulson's going to try and settle this one down at the middle of the field, but Beckman's going to get there. Sawaga kicks it up into the middle of the field to Shea Jones. Shea Jones looking for Mills. And Witcher is going to come over and cut that one off. Good trap there by Brookfield. Brookfield going to work up towards Johnston. Kicks it over to Mills. Mills on the far side. Mills is going to wind up and take a shot. And it's going to go wide left, and Livingston's going to let that one trickle out of bounds.
Yeah, a good opportunity by the Golden Eagles, but Mills was putting that one too far to the left.
It'll be a goal kick for Grandview, as it looks like Livingston's going to take her own goal kick. As Mountain Vista trying to keep the pressure on in these couple opening minutes. We've seen both opportunities from both sides so far. Hopefully Mountain Vista, from our perspective, can keep the pressure on. Livingston with the boot down in the middle of the field. Paulson going to try and settle that one down, and it's going to be go out of bounds, and they will give Mountain Vista the throw-in.
That was a 50-50 call, a tough call, no ref really in the area, and ball is going to go to the Golden Eagles.
That's the second 50-50 ball going to the Golden Eagles. Shea Jones unable to settle it down. Jalen Hendren unable to settle it down, but Van Cleef will pick up the slack and boot it all the way down the middle of the field. Shea Jones coming in hard. Oh, and that's a save.
That's a misplay by Livingston. If so, then Shea Jones most likely puts the third Golden Eagles goal in the back of the net of the day.
That was Grace Hilmder, the defenseman, who hit it off her chest into Livingston's arms, so it was a legal catch there, and we apologize for the audio there. And A.J. Stevens going to throw it in now on the short side. DeRosier going to head it along, and it's going to go out on Holleran. So Brookfield's going to Brookfield can't pick it up, too wet. And A.J. Stevens is going to throw it in.
Yeah, Brookfield slipping there.
Yeah, Brookfield just totally slipped the ball. And Katie Harris is going to settle this one down. Katie Harris looking for Shea Jones. Not going to get there. Barrett Brookfield going to try and get it up to Jones. Holleran's going to cut it off. Holleran at the middle of the field now. And here's Zarka. Zarka finding Jewel. Jewel working up the middle of the field, cut off by DeRosier and Paulson, and that's going to be a handball on DeRosier.
Tough call on there. Tough call there on DeRosier, as that one, she was just unable to protect the ball with her lower body. The ball just went too high and just ran into her hand.
Yeah, it just bounced up a little bit. She just wasn't expecting it, and it will be Beckman, the senior, the captain, taking this one for Grandview from about 38 yards.
A lot of different ways to approach this. We'll see how the Grandview Wolves take it.
I think Beckman's going to take a shot here. Beckman's coming in. Beckman with the shot. Bailey Baker, goal! Natalie Beckman, 2-all, tie game.
Ball went bar down, and that's one of the toughest goals that you're ever going to see anybody score in soccer.
That was a great shot by Natalie Beckman as it goes off the crossbar and into the back of the net. Not much Bailey Baker could do. The wall did not get in the way, and Bailey Baker had on her hands on her knees. She knows she missed one there, but you know what? 2-2, new game. Mountain Vista is going to need to respond now.
Yeah, brand new game, and Golden Eagles looked so good early. I was feeling very good and thought the Golden Eagles most likely felt pretty good too, but with 34 remaining on the clock, the Golden Eagles now going to have to scramble to try and get a goal to try and take the lead.
Yep, brand new game with 34 minutes in this second half. Basically 0-0 now, but it's 2-2. Great shot by there by Natalie Beckman from about 38 yards out, and Mountain Vista is going to need to respond as Savannah Mills' throw-in is headed out quickly by Hilmder. And A.J. Stevens is going to throw it in now.
Well, Brian, this is the Grandview team that we expected to come out of the gate. And, you know, as we said earlier, you can't sleep on this team because they will do exactly what this team has just done, tie the game.
Exactly. And here's Savannah Mills now working on the short side. Gives it to Shea Jones. Good trap by Jones. Jones trying to get around. She does. Jones with a shot. And Livingston's going to slide over and make that save. DeRosier coming up looking for a rebound, though. And Gibson's going to streak down the middle of the field looking for an outlet pass. And Sawagan's going to miss the touch there, but Van Cleef is going to come over and settle it down.
Well, even though they've given up 2 goals, this is still a very good defensive team in the Golden Eagles, and I think that they just have to relax and play their game.
Parker on the short side. Parker looking for Jewel. Jewel unable to get there, and Van Cleef kicks it out of bounds, throwing for Grandview. Grandview is definitely the aggressor right now as they have all the momentum behind their side. Mountain Vista is going to need to do something different if they want to change that around. Throw in from Holleran. And Paulson's going to kick that one right back out of bounds.
Well, Mountain Vista's defense going to have to make a stand here. They cannot go down 3-2.
They cannot. Holleran with another throw in as she looks for Jewel. Savannah Mills is going to clear that one up towards the middle of the field as Hilmder tries to settle it down and kick it back towards the middle of the field. Here's Van Cleef. Van Cleef looking for Brookfield. Not going to get there. Johnston now as Paulson's going to come away with the ball. Johnston making a little bit of pressure on Paulson, and there's a missed pass from Katie Harris. Yeah. Here's Tori Parker. Parker with the shot, and Bailey Baker's going to slide over and make the save as she stumbles a little bit, but makes the save nonetheless.
A lot of uncharacteristic missed touches by the Golden Eagles defense here in the second half. That's not how we're used to seeing them play, and I don't know what's going on, but they're going to have to figure it out or else it might lead to a Grandview goal.
Yeah, Mountain Vista playing a little sloppy right now, but there's still plenty of time. Little over 30 minutes left in this second half. Plenty of time for both teams to put something in the back of the net.
Nice kick by Van Cleef.
And hopefully it'll be Mountain Vista who finds a way to come out on top of this one. And there will be a foul called there on Shea Jones as she works around Witcher. And Witcher's going to take the free kick. Sorry, no, that is Wortman, sorry.
Not sure what Shea Jones did, but nonetheless the call against Jones, and appeared she may have tried to reach around the defender.
Yeah, just a little bit of a holding call on Shea Jones. I don't know. The way the refs have been calling tonight, I wasn't really expecting that one, but nonetheless, it is a free kick for Wortman, and Grandview's going to have another opportunity to put this one deep in Mountain Vista's zone.
She does just that.
Sawagan misses the touch. It's in. Oh, I thought that was going to go in. Sawagan misses the touch, but deflected it just enough to kick it out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for corner kick for Grandview on this left side.
Golden Eagles really scrambling right now. This is not how we're used to seeing them play, and hopefully they can just clear the ball right here without a Grandview goal.
You know, both teams do have timeouts. I would not be surprised if T calls a timeout soon because right now Grandview has all the momentum, all the bounces are going their way, and that ball just sneaks through by both posts and just by Bailey Baker to go out of bounds for a goal kick.
What an angle taken there as that ball was nearly put in the net by Johnston, the junior, from the corner, and going to give Grandview another corner here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a touch or a deflection off of Bailey Baker's glove. So that call is made by the linesman down there, so he does have a better view than us. He must have seen something. And nonetheless, it will be another corner kick for Grandview. This looks like Beckman on the corner kick.
Left hand goes in the air. Here we go.
Natalie Beckman towards the middle of the field, going far side, looking for Wortman. No. And here's Holleran right on that far side to settle it down. Kicks it back towards the middle. Grandview's got the man. It's up and it's in! Grandview has scored again!
The Grandview Wolves putting the ball in the back of the net.
That looked like
Wise.
Kendra Gibson with the goal there for Grandview. And Grandview has now scored 3 unanswered goals after Mountain Vista opened the game with 2. If I'm Coach T, I call a timeout right now. We'll see what she does. She's giving her team some words from the sidelines, as it looks like Mountain Vista's getting ready to kick it off. Shea Jones and Barrett Brookfield. Barrett Brookfield now going to play it short. Barrett Brookfield trying to get around Natalie Beckman. Does not. Kicks it off to Savannah Mills. Mills going to go all the way across field to Swagid. Swagid looking for DeRosier. Finds DeRosier. DeRosier's got Paulson. Does not get it to her. Katie Harris working on Beckman now and receives the ball. Beckman with a poke check. Gets it up to Jewel. Jewel over to Gibson. Gibson on that far side has both men on to her left and right. Gibson's going to take it down. Back to Jewel. Swagid on the defense, and Swagid's going to win herself a throw-in on that far side.
Well, if you're the Golden Eagles, I think that call that said that went off of Bailey Baker's glove, most likely upsetting, that led to that third Grandview goal. From here, as we said, it didn't look like it touched any Golden Eagles players, so most likely some frustration down on the field.
Yeah, for sure, as Macy Paulson's going to get the ball in the middle of the field, looks for DeRosier and gets it to her. DeRosier's got space in front of her. Here goes DeRosier. She's looking for Jones, kicks it by Jones, and that ball's just going to run. As both Hindlander and Wortman are going to settle that one down in the corner, and it's kicked out off of Jones. It'll be a throw-in for Grandview. We'll see if Mountain Vista can come back from this big momentum swing from Grandview, as they came out firing again, scoring 2 quickly, just like Mountain Vista did, as there are 29 minutes remaining in this second half. Lots of time, though, for Mountain Vista to tie it up.
Yeah, Golden Eagles facing elimination if they don't score a goal here, and they're going to have to make something happen.
DeRosier working on Gibson. That ball is cleared up. Here's Natalie Beckman in the middle of the field, finding Zarka. Morgan Zarka with some space.
Wow, Savannah Mills.
Savannah Mills takes matters into her own hand and come back and get the ball.
Yeah, the senior not letting this game end quietly. She's still has a lot of time on the clock for the Golden Eagles, but they're going to have to make something happen quick.
Mills tries to get a call there and does not get one, as the ball is kicked out to Gibson. Gibson on the far side has man in the middle. Jewel tries to give it back to Gibson on a give-go, but it does not work.
Good passing.
Settles it down and gives it to Paulson. Paulson looking for Mills, and it's going to be cut off by Holleran. Miscommunication there from the Golden Eagles as it leads to a turnover. Here's Morgan Zarka heading it one towards the middle of the field as Jalen Hendren miskicks it. Macy Paulson finding DeRosier now on the far side.
DeRosier not able to combat the speed, and she tried to get a pass off, but it was just intercepted there.
Great job by Grandview as they shut that attack down quickly as Swagid kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Grandview. Right now, everything Grandview is doing is a lot crisper and cleaner than Mountain Vista for sure. Goalkeeping, shots, passes, all of it.
Yeah, winning a lot more balls than the Golden Eagles, too. They're creating a lot of opportunities in the back of their zone, and they're bringing them all the way up toward midfield and even into the box of the Golden Eagles.
Grandview putting some pressure on as Van Cleef heads it down the middle of the field to Brookfield. Brookfield making some moves and moves up to the middle of the field. Brookfield trying to show off her speed on Beckman. Turned it over and it's kicked up to Gibson. Gibson now turns it back to Mountain Vista as Paulson settles it down. Paulson back to Hendren. Hendren up the middle of the field to Brookfield. And there's a big play by Johnson, and Johnson's going to be awarded a free kick. I do not agree with that call there as Johnson instigated that foul. Nonetheless, it will be a free kick for Grandview at the 40-yard line, about 50 yards away from the goal.
Yeah, Golden Eagles having to face a lot of tough calls right here that are none of which are going their way, and Grandview with another opportunity.
You know, you kind of expect that. I think there's going to be lots of swings call-wise for both teams. We saw that happen early in the first half for Grandview. Now it's happening to Vista. Hopefully, both sides can overcome these situations and we can play on. Wortman with the free kick, kicks it all the way into Baker. Baker comes up and catches it. Saved. And Limbenko is going to get a little talking to as she runs into Baker after Baker makes the save. Big boot by Bailey Baker, finding Shea Jones at the middle of the field. Jones tries to give it to Mills as Holleran.
It's touched and Mills has an opportunity.
Mills seems to get a little turf toe there and can't quite get around. A.J. Stevens now working on the short side, and it's going to sneak out. It'll be a throw-in for Grandview, as that ball did go off of A.J. Stevens. Holleran going to throw it in for Grandview, going back to Hilnder. Shea Jones going to try and apply a little bit of pressure here. Back to Holleran. Here goes Savannah Mills as she's unable to get there but wins the throw-in. They're going to bring in some subs here as it looks like Cassandra Romero is going to come in for Katie DeRosier. And for Grandview, it will be Gibson going out, and number 4, Lily Newberry coming in for Grandview. Savannah Mills with a throw-in, looking for Jones. Holleran gets there first and heads it out of bounds. Mills going to try it again. Looks for Shea Jones again. Down the field, and here's Holleran. Holleran and Shea Jones battling it out. Hilder now comes in and replaces Holleran. Jones tries to cross it, does not get there. Here's Limbenko on the short side, going back to Parker. Parker to Zarka, cut off by Stevens.
Good play by Stevens there, good vision.
Here's Barrett Brookfield now as she tries to find Shea Jones and does. Shea Jones going to make some moves. Shea Jones going to shoot it, and it's and now they should call that a tip, but they do not, and it will be a goal kick, as that looked to be almost identical to the tip that happened on Bailey Baker.
Yeah, I don't know how that ball didn't hit the glove of Livingston, but goal kick for the Grandview Wolves.
Good shot there by Shea Jones. She probably got a little too much on the outside. Not much what she wanted, but nonetheless, it was still a shot. It still made Livingston think about it and make a play. And a goal kick for Grandview.
She made a shot very similar in the Regis game in the first half, so probably a little bit upset with herself that she wasn't able to get that one in.
And there is Sawagid using her body to box out and win the throw-in. That was number 6, Sarah Schlinkton, applying the pressure. Hendren kicks it out of bounds for a throw-in for Grandview. It'll be Witcher throw. Oh, Witcher's being subbed out for Gibson. Gibson going to throw it in now. And Gibson with the throw-in. And Macy Paulson going to get there first. Kick it up to Shea Jones. Shea Jones not able to settle that one down as Johnston's going to get there for Grandview. Macy Paulson now at the middle of the field again. Kicks it back to Van Cleef. Van Cleef going to boot it away. Looking for Mills. Just a missed kick, and Holleran's going to settle it one down.
Nearly intercepted by Mills.
Yeah, Mills just not quite able to intercept that one as here comes Van Cleef now. Van Cleef going to keep this one in play. And try and get it by Parker, is unable to.
Good touch.
Is able to the second time. And they will call a free kick for Van Cleef as Parker did clip her a little bit on the spin move. As she is being told to move back a little bit. You know, a couple yards do matter. So
with the boot of Ashley Van Cleef, I don't think a couple yards is anything to her.
Not at all. Van Cleef's going to kick this one away. Probably to find Shea Jones or Barrett Brookfield in the middle of the field. Holleran with the header away. There's Katie Harris up the middle of the field, and Hilder kicks it right back at her.
The Golden Eagles playing a lot more sharp after giving up those 3 goals, but nonetheless, they're still down by 1.
And that's a big collision, and they are going to call that one. That needs to be a card. And it is. It is going to be a card on Johnston, Casey Johnston.
Asking for a stoppage of clock here, and DeRosier, I believe, is on the ground, and trainer Joe and the other Golden Eagle trainer is going to head out and take a look at it.
Yeah, that was a hit well after the ball was passed away. Definitely deserved a card. Good call there by the officials. And this is where Van Cleef was dangerous last time, scoring the second goal for Vista, so we'll look to see her take the free kick from here again.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for a big momentum swinging for the Golden Eagles. After giving up 3 unanswered goals, here's the time where they could answer and they could tie the game. I think, like you said, Van Cleef's such a good player, and I think they just have to capitalize.
As Johnston did receive that yellow card, she will have to be subbed out for a couple minutes. And getting up is Barrett Brookfield. Barrett Brookfield shakes that one off, and she walks off to the side as Ryan McCabe gets subbed in for her.
Well, great to see Brookfield walking off on her own power there, especially after an injury to what appeared to be the upper body. You don't want to speculate, but it appeared to be the head or neck, so nonetheless, great to see her getting up on her own power.
For sure, for sure. As this free kick will be for Van Cleef. She will kick it from about 38 yards. We'll see if Livingston will do what McCombs did and botch it, and maybe Vista will be able to put one in the back of the net and tie this game up.
They're going to have to here, I think.
Grandview electing to do a 2-man wall this time.
With the boot of Van Cleve, I don't think it's going to matter. I think she'll clear them no problem.
Van Cleve running up, takes the kick. It goes into the middle just like last time. But Livingston is able to catch it clean. Quick roll out to Tori Parker. Tori Parker's got room ahead of her and the numbers. Tori Parker to Lauren Jewell. Lauren Jewell misses the touch, and A.J. Stevens is going to let that one roll out of bounds for a throw-in. As one of the subs coming in is the freshman number 20, Chantel Hafner, as you see there, getting worked on by Holleran. A.J. Stevens going to throw it in again. Looking for McCabe. Finds McCabe. McCabe heads it to no one. As Zarka's going to come in and gets and settle the ball down. Kicks it up to Natalie Beckman. Beckman working up the middle of the field. A.J. Stevens and Macy Paulson applying the pressure. Beckman doesn't care. Finds Lynn Benko. Lynn Benko with a beautiful pass. It is going to get down there, and it's going to roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Beautiful little chip there by Lynn Benko. And she was looking for number 6, the midfielder, Sarah Schlicklin, the sophomore.
Yeah, good opportunity by the Wolves there. Able to get past 3 Golden Eagle defenders, however, nothing to show for it.
Jalen Hendren going to take the goal kick for the Golden Eagles. Hendren with the big boot gets it about halfway down the field. Zarka tries to settle it down, but McCabe misses the pass to Romero. Romero going to apply pressure to Gibson, but Gibson clears it away easy. Here goes Schlichten looking for Beckman. Beckman now.
Opportunity Grandview.
And Beckman looking for a quick pass. It's going to get there. The chip up and over. Goal! Tori Parker. Grandview leads 4-2. Beautiful little touch there by Tori Parker to put that one in the back of the net. Bailey Baker having a very, very rough 20 minutes.
Yeah, not sure what the Golden Eagles what else they could have done there. Is perfect execution by the Grandview Wolves. Gets them up by 2 goals.
Yeah, the only thing you could ask for was maybe some midfielders back to help, but nonetheless, it is a goal for Grandview. They have now scored 4 straight unanswered goals. And Mountain Vista looks almost defeated right now, and that cannot happen. They have 20 minutes to put 2 goals in to tie this game up.
Yeah, they're going to have to play to perfection in order to tie this game at least.
As Macy Paulson going to try and get this one down to Chantel Hafner. Does not, and Holleran intercepts it. Holleran up to Limbenko at the middle of the field. Limbenko up to Schlichten. Schlichten on the far side, looking for Jewell, intercepted by Sawagid, but kicked back to Hendren. This is now Lauren Jewell on the ball. Jewell giving it back to Limbenko, and Limbenko trying to go opposite side, does not get there. Holleran going to get the interception. And here's Tori Parker, who just scored the goal. Beautiful little pass to Natalie Beckman. Natalie Beckman going to get cut off there by Van Cleve. Oh! And Beckman is taken down by Van Cleve. No call. No call.
Van Cleve not happy right there.
Looked like Beckman tried to get a PK for herself, but the refs were not going to have any of that as Morgan Zarka kicks it out to Gibson. Gibson going to try and settle this one down on the far side, and she does.
Not only do the Grandview Wolves have a 2-goal lead right now, they're playing so well, and they're just playing a lot better than the Golden Eagles.
I agree. They have come out in the second half and outplayed Mountain Vista in every aspect: defense, offense, throw-ins, free kicks, penalties, all of it. So Mountain Vista is going to need to change something. And surprised that T has not called the timeout yet to talk to her teammate.
Interesting approach. Not sure what T is thinking, but us trying to think along with her, I think I would definitely have called a timeout by now.
Yeah, I agree. And there's Lauren Jewell trying to get a centering pass. It sneaks out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Mountain Vista as Van Cleef will take this goal kick, and Mountain Vista is going to have to get something going with 20 minutes remaining in this second half of the state semifinal game.
Well, this is where the miraculous goal from Brent Lackey did occur, and the Golden Eagles are going to need some sort of magic like that in order to come back and tie the game.
For sure. Big boot there by Van Cleef as she gets it down to midfield. Paulson going to try and, oh, that's going to be a free kick for Paulson, as that call is on Natalie Beckman at midfield. Beckman going to get a second talking to, as that is her second time tripping someone up from behind. Ashley Van Cleef going to try and boot this one down the middle of the field.
Golden Eagles are going to have to create an opportunity here as there's 19 minutes remaining in the game. They're going to have to score soon here, I think.
Beckman with the big boot down towards Katie Harris and Shea Jones. It'll be McCabe who settles it down eventually. A.J. Stevens now at midfield with a big boot towards the middle, looking for Paulson and Jones. Zarka says no. Heads it up to Beckman, and Beckman's going to clear it up towards Jewell and Schlichting.
It appears that every kick that Golden Eagles are having is coming up just short and going right to a Grandview defender.
As there's another header from Holleran. Beckman plays it back And that's going to be deflected by Shea Jones, but Hilder is settling it down. Hilder taking her time, making the clean pass to Wertman. Wertman to the far side finds Gibson. Gibson looking for Schlichting, and Schlichting has the ball. Back to Gibson. Back to Schlichting. Back to Gibson. Intercepted there by the Eagles, and Mills comes away with it. Mills with the big boot to Van Cleef.
Good vision.
Mills knowing she had to get it out of there, and she did. Now A.J. Stevens looking to kick it up towards midfield, and she does. Hilder going to settle this one down as she's crashed by McCabe.
Golden Eagles are going to have to take control of the ball rather than just trying to boot it up and down the field.
Agreed. And here's Ryan McCabe now working on Lauren Jewell. Ryan McCabe wins it, and great pass there by Hendren, finding Paulson in the middle of the field. Macy Paulson in her home now, midfield, right where she wants to be. Working on Morgan Zarka. Morgan Zarka going to try and cut it off. Does not get there, but Gibson will.
Great acceleration there by Paulson from the 50 to about the 35.
Throwing for Mountain Vista on the far side as they need to try and get something going.
Golden Eagles still playing with a lot of heart here. The seniors know it's on the line. This could be their last game if they don't figure something out.
Shea Jones subs out, and it looks like number 14 for Mountain Vista. That is Paige Livingston, who just came in off of her foot injury.
Paige really hasn't played a lot of minutes for the Golden Eagles, and first time we've seen her, I believe, in this postseason run. She might have played earlier in a couple rounds for a short amount of time, but she's coming in, the senior, with a lot on the line right now.
Just the other day, she was walking in a boot. Now she's out on the field fighting for her high school career in this playoff game.
She's going to be playing with a lot of heart. I like the sub there by Coach T.
I agree. I think they need some motivation. If that doesn't motivate the team, I don't know what does. Jalen Hendren going to take the goal kick now for Mountain Vista. Big boot towards the middle of the field, looking for DeRosier and Katie Harris. Katie Harris with a missed touch, as it's going to be settled down by Savannah Mills.
Savannah is probably going to take something into her own hands right now.
Savannah Mills looking for Livingston. Can Livingston get there? That ball is going to stop. Livingston is going to get there, and so is Hilder. Livingston working on Hilder now in the corner. Livingston trying to make a move. She's taken down by her own feet. And they will call a free kick, although it did look like she took her own feet out. It will be a free kick from the corner as Livingston is slow to get up, as you know that foot's got to be hurting her.
Yeah, it's playing in most likely some discomfort as it is, and a collision is not going to help that whatsoever.
She gets up, though, and she waves off Trainer Joe and says, "I'm fine, keep me in."
What a tough girl, and Trainer Joe looking there, standing in awe like, all right, I guess you're going to be playing on. Really giving Trainer Joe no other options, and Savannah Mills going to take the free kick.
It looks like the referee might make Paige Livingston come out here and get looked at by Trainer Joe, and they are.
Much to the disliking of Livingston, she will have to come off here.
And that's all on the referee there. The referee thinks it is best for Livingston, for her health, to go out of the game.
Yeah, she is slow to come off the field, so I think that ref just looking out for the safety of Paige Livingston, even though she is a very tough competitor who wants to win.
The sub coming in will be Cassandra Romero for the Golden Eagles. It'll be Savannah Mills on that far side taking the free kick. Right now, Katie Harris, Katie DeRosier, Macy Paulson all in the box.
Well, it appears that more subs coming in, and they were looking back as they were running onto the field looking at Coach T, and it appears that Coach T might have a play call or something on for the Golden Eagles.
McCabe comes out, Romero and Brookfield go in. Paige Livingston also comes out because of the ref. Savannah Mills going to take the free kick from the corner now, just like a corner kick.
16:11 remaining on the clock.
Here comes a big kick from Mills. This could be a key moment in the game if she puts this one in the back of the net. Mills going to take the shot here, looking for a header. She needs a header. It is missed by Katie DeRosier and headed out by Tori Parker. Paulson going to settle it down and try and give it to Romero. It's missed, kicked, and A.J. Stevens now has a one-on-one.
Grandview has numbers, too.
A.J. Stevens needs to work around this, and she'll win a throw-in for her team. Good job by A.J. Stevens to settle that one down and win a throw-in.
Yeah, not backing down, saying I am not allowing a fifth goal, from the Grandview Wolves.
Big throw from Romero, looking all the way for Paulson. Katie Harris ends up with it, and is shut down there by Wertman. Wertman playing a great game so far, and does not let anything get by her. There's Lynn Benko looking for Jewel. Jewel mistouches it, and Van Cleef's going to run it down. Tori Parker applying some pressure, as Bailey Baker's going to boot this one towards the middle of the field. She miskicks it, though.
Ball goes only about the 40-yard line.
Macy Paulson going to try and do her best on Beckman and Zarka. Both seniors, both captains. Good matchup there. Good job by Paulson to get it away. Here's Romero on the short side. Romero looking for Mills. Does not get there, and Parker's going to... not Parker. Katie Harris is going to get there first.
Savannah
Mills unable to trap that one as it's kicked right into her knees. And here comes Lauren Jewell now. Lauren Jewell on the far side.
They're going to need to stop the clock. Katie Harris is down and hurt on the other side of the field.
They will probably stop the clock here. As they do. They stop the clock at 14:52.
The third.
Katie Harris is down.
Sorry to cut you off, Brian. The third Golden Eagles injury of the second half, and that is not what they need to be seeing right now. Not how you want this game to be going at all for the Golden Eagles.
Katie Harris is a senior. Hopefully she is okay and able to come back and finish out this last game. We wish her the best as she is down on the field right now, looking to be in a lot of pain as we have not seen any movement from her. Both T and Trainer Joe are out there now talking to her, as giving time. It does give both teams time to regroup. Jalen Hendren talking to her defense with her arms in the air, telling them they need to start doing something. They need to get going.
A lot of hugs going around that Golden Eagles sideline. They are not giving up. They know what's at stake. They know if they don't score 2 goals, their season is over. So the Golden Eagles, I believe, as they're looking right now, are going to really try and come together and try and win this game.
Katie Harris is being carried off the field right now. She was favoring that right leg, putting absolutely no weight on it at all.
Yeah, not at all what you want to see from either team, especially Katie Harris, the senior, trying to finish off her last high school run and the postseason, and she's going to have to go off not on her own power, which is really not what you want to see.
Savannah Mills coming on for, or Savannah Mills and DeRosier just switching positions right now as Katie Harris does come off, and Caitlin Sager will be the sub in for Mountain Vista.
Caitlin played really well in the early rounds of this postseason run, and we'll see what she can do here. Maybe she'll give the Golden Eagles some momentum.
That's all you can hope for, as Mills is going to try and trap this one down. She does. Here's Sager now getting her first touches in the game. Cassandra Romero on the short side, kicking it all the way up to Livingston. Here's Livingston back in the game as well. Livingston with a big chest touch, and that's going to trickle out of bounds for the Grandview throw. And good job by Hilnder to use her body to box out.
Livingston not happy with the throw-in from Grandview. Felt that that ball should have gone the Golden Eagles' way.
Holloran with the short throw-in. Gives it back. And that ball is going to be miskicked and out of bounds. A sub for Grandview. Number 5, Ellie Johnston, is now in the game for Grandview. And there's a big throw from Cassandra Romero, finding Paige Livingston. Johnston now kicks it back to Hilnder. Hilnder going to boot it up, but Van Cleef's going to settle it down about the 40. Jalen Hendren going to try and make some moves with Morgan Zarka. Jalen Hendren with the ball out to Kay DeRosier. Good touch by DeRosier as she's able to trap that one in and win a throw-in for Mountain Vista on the far side.
Well, we don't see Jalen Hendren where she was on the field very often, but the senior trying to make it happen to keep her team in it. Or get back in the game, excuse me, as they are down by 2 goals with 31:40 remaining in the second half.
And here comes... That was Lauren Jewell applying a little bit of pressure as Bailey Baker is just going to boot that one down towards the sideline, keeps it in. As DeRosier and Paulson collide. DeRosier is down.
It appears to be the 4th Golden Eagles injury of the second half, and this is really not going well for the Golden Eagles. Shea Jones already ready and up, going to be the sub, I believe. 2 subs coming in. It appears to be McCabe and Jones.
Hate to see that happen, especially in the second half. Hopefully DeRosier is okay. Hopefully Katie Harris is okay. We already have seen Paige Livingston come back into the game. As you hate to see injuries for both teams.
Yeah, it's just really tough, and especially down 2 goals, losing this many players, and Golden Eagles really going to have to scramble in order to get back into this game.
DeRosier is still down on that far side, although she is sitting up, and now she's going to stand up on her own power and walk off. Good to see, as hopefully the wind just got knocked out of her there as her and Paulson collided. Jones is going to check in as DeRosier walks to the bench.
Well, it appears that Savannah Mills may be wiping tears from her face as she was hugged by Paige Livingston. This shows how close this team is, and
they don't want it to end.
The emotion coming out on the field for Savannah Mills, and it's a pretty powerful moment there for the Golden Eagles despite the score.
Yeah, Savannah Mills has been on this varsity team all 4 years of her high school career. She's played with Mallory Pugh, the women's national star. And here's Savannah Mills trying to do something, unable to, as it's cut off there by both Parker and Holloran. Here's Paulson giving it back to Mills. And they're going to be awarded a free kick as Paulson was wrapped around and clipped from behind.
And immediately running down the field is Van Cleve, who's going to take it, and the Golden Eagles with a huge opportunity to score.
This is obviously in Van Cleef's range, but this is right in her wheelhouse. a good 32, 33 yards out. We'll see. It looks like a three-man wall for Grandview. Van Cleef is going to definitely take a shot from here, I would believe.
She has to.
I think Jalen Hendren's going to walk up and give her. Oh, Jalen Hendren's going to take this one herself. She's going to knock off Van Cleef, and Jalen Hendren's going to take this one against Livingston.
Putting the ball in the hands of the senior. I like the move by T.
Hendren with the shot. It's going to be high. She just got way too much underneath that one, leaning back a little bit. A little bit of backspin, and that one went way too high over the net.
Hendren not happy with herself there as Golden Eagles had a big opportunity with the hands on her head, and Golden Eagles going to have to play some more defense and get the ball back.
I think Hendren wanted to drive that one towards the goal and ended up just leaning back a little too much and kicking that one a little too high. So here's Livingston for the goal kick for Grandview, as we have not, unfortunately, said her name a lot, for Mountain Vista has not had many shots on goal in the second half. Here's Mills now. Mills with a quick touch on Holleran. Mills going to win the throw-in, and she's going to take it herself.
Time winding down here. Golden Eagles with 11:50 remaining. Still a good amount of time, but they're going to have to score soon.
Cut off there by Wortman. Van Cleef with the header up the middle of the field. Parker going to settle it down, has some space. Parker up to Beckman. Beckman going to fall. Here's Romero. Beckman blocks that one right back into Romero's face. Romero unfazed, gets it up and kicks it to Paulson.
Well, now Romero appears to be in a little bit of discomfort, but she was not going to let that ball get by her.
And that just shows the heart of this team. Romero takes one square to the face off of Beckman. Doesn't let her phase her. Good touch there by Savannah Mills, but Hildender's going to come in and support Holleran as Holleran misplays that one. Oh, Seville's and Savannah Mills, and oh man, that was a big collision, as you can see Romero and Mills both grabbing their stomachs as they collide.
Well, with the Golden Eagles injuries, both players appear to be in discomfort, but they don't really have a choice other than to play through it.
There's Livingston heading it towards the middle of the field. Here's Paulson now. Paulson with a quick move, looking for Mills. Mills avoids Holleran as Holleran came in hard.
Now Savannah in about a good amount of discomfort as she's limping on that right leg.
Gibson on the far side for Grandview. Gibson going to let that one trickle out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Mountain Vista, as they are going to blow the whistle, as they wanted the ball off the field. Shea Jones now throws it in, and Gibson's going to clear it up towards the middle, and mistouch there by Stevens, but Bailey Baker will pick it up. Fans trying to get Mountain Vista back into this game. Grandview hoping that this one can trickle down and run out of time. 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here. Van Cleef now with the ball. Van Cleef, ref says play on. Van Cleef keeps playing, and there's the big kick to Shea Jones. Shea Jones unable to get there, as it's going to be Livingston who picks that one up at the corner of the box. Good play by Livingston there. She was able to cut that one off and pick it up for herself. She's going to stall a little bit, get some time off that clock, and give it a big boot down the middle of the field. Great kick from Livingston, as that one goes all the way to the opposite 35. Van Cleef's going to boot it right back towards the middle of the field, as here's Shea Jones working on Hilder. Shea Jones gets it out to Mills. Mills going to try and do some damage now. Mills with the long cross to Livingston. Oh, Livingston with a big push, and they're going to call that one. Livingston upset, obviously, just a little too aggressive on Gibson there. But you like to see that out of Livingston. She's just trying to do what she can to get the ball.
Well, she has to generate some sort of offense for the Golden Eagles if they've had no success here in the second half, and trying to do it with a little bit of aggression, but as you said, just a little bit too much.
She did lead with that shoulder and elbow. It was a big contact. You do need to call that if you're the refs. Good call there. Mountain Vista watching the time tick down a little more now. They need to try and get something going. You can see the fight's getting back a little bit, but Grandview is responding very well to every counter. Here's Livingston now, trying to find Mills, cut off by Holleran. Holleran taking her time and gets the pass off to Johnston. Johnston to Zarka. Zarka now at the middle of the field, cut off by Stevens, but it's off of Zarka to Jewel. Jewel looking for Parker. Cassandra Romero cuts it off.
Well, a fifth goal would essentially put the game away, so the Golden Eagles are going to have to make a stop.
That ball is going to sneak out of bounds, as subs are going to come in for Mountain Vista. Subs, Barrett Brookfield, and it looks to be Kate Albee coming in. Paige Livingston going off, Savannah Mills going off. Two seniors. Interesting move here by T. I think she's going to bring him back in later in the first half, or later in the second half.
Well, Savannah Mills in a lot of pain, as we saw earlier after that collision. She appeared to be in a good amount of discomfort, so coming out of the game and coming on are those two juniors.
Kate Albee with the throw-in, as Holleran settles it down, gives it up to Caitlin Sager. Big boot there from Jalen Hendren, as Shea Jones going to try and work it out. Does not get there. It'll be a throw-in. Here's Cassandra Romero now with the throw-in. Has Shay Jones. Looking for Shay Jones with 3 Grandview around her. Shay Jones tries to sell it down and it runs out of bounds. Throw-in for Grandview. Holleran going to throw it in for Grandview now. As Mountain Vista going to try and keep this one in the attacking zone. Tori Parker going to get the ball and she's going to, off of Parker, but they're going to say Shay Jones instigated that one, so throw-in for Grandview. Here's Hilder. Hilder now up the middle of the field looking for Limbenko. Limbenko now kicks it up towards Van Cleef. Van Cleef's going to get it over to Albie. Albie back to Sager. And here's Romero now on the short side. As Romero's going to earn a free kick, as they said Holleran gave her a little bit of a grab.
Van Cleef with an opportunity again. We know this is in her range, so we'll see what she can do here.
Van Cleef going to touch it down, take her steps back. What's Van Cleef going to do? That wall seems a little close to me, but they're not going to... they are going to stop the clock, and they're going to tell that wall to back up.
Clock is going to stop at 7 minutes and 1 second. And there's the kick.
Oh, it's right there for Paulson, and great job by Johnston there to realize the ball was at her feet and kick it away.
Yeah, smart play there by Johnston as she just booted that ball as she tripped over herself, just able to get the ball out. And Jalen Hendren, the defender, actually down in the box right now. We'll see if she can maybe put a ball in the net.
Right now, Mountain Vista's going with the unconventional 2-man back, everyone else up in the front. Jalen Hendren now with the ball in the box. She needs to take a shot. Zarka's going to come in and say no. And there's going to be a free kick for Grandview as Jalen Hendren did wrap her up and obscure Zarka a little bit.
Not sure about that call. I really honestly disagree with that one. I don't know what Jalen did.
It'll be a free kick nonetheless for Grandview, as the goalie for Grandview has been fairly quiet, but when she had to make saves, she's made the saves. Maddie Livingston, the junior. And she's going to kick this one away towards the midfield. There's Johnston with the header, hits it straight up. Beckman going to kid it down and try and give it to Parker. She does. Here's Jewel now on the short side, and Van Cleef battling it out. Van Cleef's going to let this one trickle out, and it'll be a goal kick for Mountain Vista. As more subs are going to come back in, and like I said, Savannah Mills coming back in for Cassandra Romero now. Savannah Mills does not want to be out of this game any more than she has to. This could be her last game as a high schooler playing for Mountain Vista. A lot of these seniors don't want it to end, but they need to put 2 on the board for that to happen. As a free kick is going to be called, as a push-off was made on the header there.
Golden Eagles trying to hustle up and down the field so that they can get these free kicks off, but time winding down, they're going to have to make it happen quick.
Here's Van Cleef now, just short of midfield. Big boot from Van Cleef looking towards the middle. She has Paulson, she has Jones. It is over. Here's Jones and Paulson. Jones has the ball, and it is going to be cleared out by Hilder. Here's Paulson with a shot. Oh, wide right. And it'll be a goal kick again, as they said it was not tipped, and it went clean out.
Not sure what to say there, as Paulson just unable to put it in with her left foot, and the Golden Eagles are going to have a very large hill to climb if they're going to win this game, or even tie it in order to force overtime.
Agreed. I think Macy Paulson just missed that one a little bit. I know she wants that one back. She knows she had the opportunity, and she just misses. As this ball is going to roll all the way down to the other end of the field, as Van Cleef is going to be there and met by Tori Parker. Van Cleef's going to make a move and get around her. That ball's going to stay in. Oh, they're going to call a free kick for Mountain Vista. Not sure why they're calling that free kick there, but nonetheless, Van Cleef's going to boot it away.
A lot of questionable calls here in the second half, and none of them have gone, most of which have not gone in the favor of the Golden Eagles.
Here's Shay Jones now working with Barrett Brookfield. Cleared out by Gibson. And Limbenko's going to let that one trickle away. Here comes in a sub now. It will be... It looks like Katie Harris is coming back into this game. It is Katie Harris. Katie Harris in for Shay Jones. T's going to try and put in some seniors as she wants a little bit of heart. And she wants 2 goals to tie this one. Here's Hendren. Oh, tries to get it up and stopped there by the defensive line of Grandview.
3:30 remaining on the clock, and the Golden Eagles are going to have to really press here. We did see a miraculous goal 2 years ago on this field from Brent Lackey. Golden Eagles looking for a couple miraculous goals here. Van Cleef going to just miss the net.
Goal kick for Grandview as the time keeps ticking down. Under 3 minutes now. Fans trying to get Vista back in this game, trying to give them a little hope as they need 2. Here's Livingston on the goal kick. She's had good boots, and here I expect another good one. This one is low. Cut off by Katie Harris. Katie Harris and Holleran. Holleran wins that battle there. Natalie Beckman now surrounded by 3 Vista players. Beckman off of Mills and wins the throw-in.
Well, if you're the Grandview Wolves, you're just trying to wind the clock down with big passes across the field.
Here's Natalie Beckman, and she's going to shank that one out of bounds. It'll be Kate Albee with the throw-in for Mountain Vista. Kate Albee slips, throws it in now. Natalie Beckman off of Mills. It's going to be another throw-in for Grandview.
Falling off the face of Savannah Mills. She's checking for blood. Doesn't appear to be any, and she's going to obviously stay in this game with 2 minutes remaining.
Here's Paulson on Beckman now. Paulson working hard. Paulson and Mills working together. Great job by the 2 of them as Holleran's able to clear it up. And that ball is going to trickle out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Albee. Albee turns around, gives it to Van Cleef. Wants Van Cleef just to boot it. Van Cleef gives it back to Albee. Albee back to the middle for Sager. Just past Sager. Sager's going to trickle it back to Stevens, and Stevens is going to clear it up. Here goes Livingston on Gibson. Livingston now on Wortman. Wortman clears it away with a good boot, and that ball is going to go all the way deep into the zone for a Vista throw-in. Sawaga's going to throw this one in. Here's now Hendren. Hendren gives it up to Jewel, and it's going to trickle out of bounds. Sawagad with the throw-in.
Minute and 19 seconds remaining, and the Golden Eagles are trying to scramble here.
Mountain Vista just running a little too much out of time. Here's Lauren Jewell now as she does not win the throw-in. It will be a Mountain Vista throw-in as Sawagad's going to take this one again. Sawaga with the quick throw-in, finding Hendren. Hendren going to try and do some work with 2 people on her, and she's going to kick it out of bounds. It'll be a Grandview throw-in now.
And now we just watch 1 minute on the clock wind down, and the Grandview Wolves appear to be headed to their 3rd state title in the past 4 years, and nothing but
redemption for Grandview it was today as they gave up 2 early goals. Mountain Vista had all the momentum, and then 4 unanswered for Grandview. Mountain Vista could not get anything going in this second half as Grandview dominated. This is exactly what we expected out of the Grandview team that is 12th in the nation, and we were very surprised to see Mountain Vista come out and kind of hand it to them the first 10 minutes here, and unfortunately that score could not hold, and as there's 20 minutes remaining, free kick for Grandview. Mountain Vista's season is trickling down. You can see the emotion on the seniors as they know it's over. Savannah Mills, tears in her eyes. Katie Harris, tears in her eyes. Van Cleef going back to help Bailey Baker on this big free kick. Kick towards the middle of the field. That ball's going to be knocked out by 2-1, and redemption for Grandview as they have moved on to their third state championship game in 4 years, beating Mountain Vista 4-2, defeat on Mountain Vista. They had this game. They were up 2-0 in the first 10 minutes of the game, and unfortunately they just could not hold on. Man, what a game we saw today.
Yeah, and it's really tough to watch those Golden Eagles girls spread across the field lying down in tears, and just weren't able to get it done today, and just a really tough sight to see. But we do want to wish nothing but the best of luck for seniors Kylie Love, Savannah Mills, Caitlin Sager, Jalen Hendren, Jamie Sawagad, Katie Harris, Macy Paulson, and Paige Livingston, as they will be moving on, and this was their last game in their high school career, some of which will be going on to play at the next level in college, some of which may not be, but nonetheless we wish them the best of luck and everything. And the Golden Eagles really tried to fight it out, but just a lot of momentum from the Grandview Wolves, and they just outplayed the Golden Eagles here in the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, I think what we saw was just Grandview was the better team today. They were able to respond to the arduous moments, the conflict, and they were able to come out on top. And you got to tip your cap to Grandview. They played a hell of a game. They came out and just after they went down 2-0, they flipped a switch and said, no more going in. We're going to shut this team down, and that's what they did. Unfortunately, as a Vista fan, you hate to see Mountain Vista lose like that, especially after leading 2-0 in a big game like this. And you know they're holding their heads high because no one expected them to get there this year. They lost some key players last year after that state title win. And there will be no back-to-back title this year, as a new champion will be crowned. It will be Grandview, Rock Canyon, or Broomfield, as that game, Rock Canyon Broomfield game will be played later today. But Grandview will make their appearance up in Carson City, where they will play the winner of the next game for the state title. And hopefully, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing Grandview win it again. They're a great team. But then again, upsets are nice too.
Yeah, so the Golden Eagles' fourth loss of the season is the loss that's going to knock them out of this postseason run. The Grandview Wolves improved to 16-0-3 as they're headed again, as you said, to that state championship game. And the remaining team that the Golden Eagles have a shot to win that state title is the Mountain Vista boys baseball team. Be sure to come out and watch them on Monday, as they're going to make a big run, as we have a very powerhouse team in the Mountain Vista boys baseball team. However, again, congratulations to the Golden Eagle girls for a great season. They played their hearts out, and they're running over to the sideline. I'm sure they're going to get a very large ovation, but
they get a standing ovation from their parents and fans. And you know, hats off to both these teams. They played their heart out today. Grandview coming out on top. We wish them the best of luck in their state championship run. Great season for the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles. They ended the season going 14-12-3. So great season for them. Hats off to them. They did much better than anyone expected, making it all the way to semifinals. You know they wanted to keep going, but you can't be disappointed with this season.
Yeah, not the result they ultimately wanted, but nonetheless a great season. Hats off to the girls and Coach T for the way this team played this season, and we wish the girls nothing but the best of luck next year, especially to our seniors who are moving on to bigger and better things. And thank you for tuning into this broadcast. I'm Hunter Worley signing off with Brian Shockley, and be sure to tune in on Monday at 9 a.m. as our boys baseball team looks to make their state championship run. So thank you for tuning in.